The Man with the Yin-Yang Eyes. Season 2. Episode 15. Didn't you tell me you would pull your hand back and do no harm to them, so what is this? I hastily snatched the tablet from Big D's hand to take a closer look, and he was still standing beside me and scolding me. I've told you that this is not allowed. It will be very harmful to yourself, but who knows that you still do it behind my back? It really pisses me off. I have to call my brother to talk about this. You really are out of control. Big D keeps getting angry on the one hand, and takes out his phone and rushes to call my master, this damn hasty hothead. I saw that he was about to call my master. I quickly straightened my right leg and kicked Big D's hand, causing the phone in his hand to fly away. The phone crashed to the ground and shattered the screen. Big D looked at the phone and gritted his teeth. What the hell are you doing? You did something so blatantly wrong and now even dare to break my phone. Are you tired of living? Big D angrily pointed at my face and scolded, even more fiercely than before. Yesterday I said I wouldn't touch those kids. How long have you been living with me, and you still doubt my dignity? You don't do it? If not you, then who? After staring at the news on the screen for a while, I finally raised my head and opened my mouth to say a few words to the person who was constantly scolding me. After listening to me, he seemed a little more conciliatory, looked at me with a doubtful expression, and asked, I don't know who did it, but I have a feeling they lost their souls. I made a serious face and told Big D my guess. He also listened very attentively to me. Someone takes their soul. That's right. Just now when I used my yin-yang eyes to look at this news, I suddenly felt that way. The person who killed these kids had the purpose of taking their souls away. When Big D heard me say that, he was very surprised and stammered to confirm it with me. What's the matter? Can you clarify a bit? Do you know who that person is? Big D, at this point, has lost the anger on his face, and his curiosity begins to emerge. He sat down next to me and kept asking my opinion on this matter. First, you have to tell me, is there another powerful exorcist in Chinatown? Of course not. Don't you remember I talked about this once in my brother's presence too? Big D quickly denied my thoughts, causing me to continue to sink into contemplation. It is very clear that someone has been following us. We just finished solving the other case when someone hastened to kill people to collect souls, and you say if there is such a coincidence. I thought for a moment and then told Big D my judgment. Who is that person to be so powerful? Is it possible to kill so many people without disturbing a single one? Big D and I were talking when suddenly we heard quite a lot of car horns blaring below. What is it? Why does it sound like a police siren? Big D hurriedly climbed out of bed and ran to the window to see what was happening below. I quickly followed behind. We found out that there are actually a lot of police cars parked below. Damn. We stood looking at the warning cars honking below, but shivering in our hearts. We didn't know if they had investigated what I had just done and then came here to arrest me. While I was afraid, I saw Miss Valentine, the policewoman who had cooperated with us to solve some recent cases. Hey Big D, look over there. It's Miss Valentine. This time she led the team to solve the case. We'll have a chance to explain everything clearly to her. I turned to Big D and said with a relieved voice, what are you thinking? How close are we to her? Who knows what it will be like this time? She's still a cop anyway. We have to get out of here first. Follow me to the back door. Big D turns around to refute my words. It looks like he wants to hide. Wait. Don't be in such a hurry, okay? Where are we going now? Although I didn't think it was as bad as Big D, I didn't mind too much and quickly followed behind him. Follow me. I have a safe place for us to hide. Where is it? Why do we have to hide? Obviously we didn't do anything. This time, the situation seems to be reversed. The one talking is me, and Big D is only silent. We're doing it like this, it's as if we're unmistakably afraid of running away, but I still think Miss Valentine will hear our explanation. I walked behind and kept explaining to Big D, but he didn't seem to waver. On the opposite side of us, a person was walking by. While I'm talking, the other person stopped in front of us. It was a young man. He was wearing a hoodie and a hat to hide his face. I saw Big D suddenly stop, then stopped silently and looked ahead, and I saw that young man. The scary thing is that I also see him holding two sharp knives in his hand. Without giving me time to panic or think too much, he began to move the two knives in his hand. Then he took advantage of the time we were still stunned, took the sharp knife, and rushed forward. Damn it, get out of the way. Luckily, when he approached, I was able to react. I quickly shouted and reached out to push Big D, standing in front of me, then quickly dodging a knife from the other guy. Seeing that I dodged one of his knives, he continued to stab me in the hip, but was also quickly dodged by me. I don't have a weapon, I can only swing my fist to counter the attack, but the guy also dodges one of my punches. After dodging my punch, he continued to attack me with a knife. This time he swung the knife down to attack my lower body. It's so dangerous, if I don't react quickly, my life is over. I continued to counterattack with my fists, but it didn't seem to have much effect on this guy at all. He saw me punching and smiling, without fear, easily dodged. Then the knife in his hand changed direction and stabbed me in the face. I tilted my head to dodge. The knife grazed my neck, but fortunately, I was not injured. I angrily raised my kicking foot to a rock. This kick is quite strong, and I used all my strength to kick, so the man dodged a bit harder. Gregory, don't worry. We were in the middle of a fierce battle when suddenly I heard Big D's voice. I am here to help you. That damn fat guy that had disappeared all of a sudden has suddenly reappeared, appearing as stupid as that. If people sneak attack, keep quiet, but he shouts to let people know that. Stupid pig. The stupid fat man couldn't even touch the man's body before being beaten back by him. He used the hilt of the knife to smack the fat man in the face. Then the fat man was slashed by the thug with a knife, but he was also quick to react and knew how to dodge another knife. Blood splattered from his nose in all directions. I took advantage of the man's busy attack on Big D and quickly gave him a strong kick. Hey, you're okay? Then I quickly ran over to see how Big D was. That bloody face. If he weren't so stupid, he wouldn't be. That's hurt. While looking at Big D, I couldn't help but observe the guy who was trying to attack us on the other side. He was grinning at us, knife still in his hand, intending to continue fighting. You must avenge me. I saw that Big D was okay, so I left him screaming behind and walked towards the other man. We could clearly see his face now. I didn't have a weapon in my hand, so I used my fist as a weapon. I took off my tie with my hand to protect my gloves from getting hurt in a fight. After that, the other guy and I didn't say a word. We both rushed to attack each other. I am at a disadvantage, the opponent has a weapon, and I have nothing. I punched him in the face, and he also grazed his face with a knife. My glasses fell off my face. There was a bleeding wound on my cheek caused by the knife in the other man's hand. Once my glasses fell off, my celestial eye opened, and a scene appeared in front of me that made me extremely dizzy. Behind that aggressive man holding a knife are countless ghosts, old, young, big, small, any kind. But the strange thing is that those souls were all standing a certain distance away from that guy. They all died from knife wounds, and I guess that guy killed all of them. Seeing so many souls distracts me. I bent down to try to pick up my dark glasses to cover my yin-yang eyes. Suddenly, I saw policewoman Valentine in the background. Quickly put down your weapons and surrender. Seeing the situation in front of her, Miss Valentine immediately drew her gun and aimed it at the knife-wielding man opposite me. He reacts very quickly. The policewoman had just finished speaking when he turned back and threw a knife at her. Fortunately, she was quite good, dodging it. That guy saw the knife missed and quickly threw the other knife in his hand. At this moment I thought of something and put my hand in my pocket. Just as the knife was about to hit the policewoman's throat, I took out a coin and flicked it at the knife. The coin accurately knocked the knife out, saving Miss Valentine right away. The other man saw that the attack was unsuccessful and immediately took advantage of our carelessness to jump up the wall to escape. I quickly chased after him, but he was too fast, so I let him escape. Suddenly, I heard a chill on the back of my neck. It turned out that Miss Valentine was holding a gun to my back. "Oh, beautiful policewoman, have you got a wrong target?" I felt a bit cold when she pointed at me with a gun. I really shouldn't tease women, and it's too scary. You are suspected of killing 3 people, and you must quickly follow me to the station. What's with killing people? I can't do it. When I heard that, I instinctively objected immediately. Big D is right. They really wanted to arrest me. Hey, wait a minute, you have to listen to our explanation. Do you think he is like that? We were chased and nearly killed. Maybe the killer is that guy. Big D saw the tense situation and rushed to talk. I was beaten until my nose was bleeding. We've cooperated for so long, you don't even know our dignity. Someone accused the 2 of you of blackmail too. Who did you 2 offend? Miss Valentine finally put her gun away and talked to us. She relieved us. What is blackmail for murder? What do I get when I do that? We are quite surprised by this information, killing people and then blackmailing. Who is the villain spreading rumors? Someone quoted us a camera footage of 2 people arrived at his house and the 2 of them blackmailing him last night. Damn it, what? We're obviously not pretending to be a ghost or anything, but we're very surprised after hearing that. Could it be that guy? Revenge is indeed revenge, I said earlier. I immediately thought of a guy named Young and his son. Come on, it's the other guy. He probably hates me for selling information to the media and getting his children and other families involved. I almost forced my mouth to talk about the dolls. Luckily Big D stopped me in time. Miss Valentine. We were still standing talking when suddenly we heard someone call the policewoman, probably her colleague. There's my colleague who's running away. Miss Valentine hadn't finished her sentence before she could see no sign of the 2 of us. She feels we are very fast. Did you find anyone? Not yet, they escaped. The people who came were 2 colleagues of the beautiful policewoman. They planned to ambush at Big D's antique store next. I don't see them either. Miss Valentine covered for us. After saying a few more words, her colleague left. They're gone. You can come out. Miss Valentine could not determine where we were hiding, so she cleared her throat and called out. You know where to hide. When she saw the 2 of us come out of the trash can, she looked quite shocked, probably couldn't imagine we would hide in there. The young man who assassinated us just now was probably collecting souls for something. I see a lot of souls following him. Maybe he is also the murderer. I spoke seriously. So what are you going to do? For the time being, there is no way to determine it. I also don't know where to start. So what to do? 2 people can't hide forever. Gregory can touch the corpses to see if he can see something. While we were at an impasse, Big D came up with a pretty good idea. But now you 2 are wanted criminals. We cannot go to the morgue unnoticed. But if we can't touch the corpses, we'll be caught sooner or later. Normally we could follow Miss Valentine to the morgue on the main road, but now it isn't easy. Hello. I need a body truck and 2 body bags. That's the right address. What is she doing? What do you need those things for? We heard the pretty cop calling someone and asking for something that left us bewildered. Why are we so miserable? It turned out she want us to disguise ourselves as the dead to enter the morgue.